If you go scrolling through my anime list this season, you're going to see a lot of highly revered continuations like Overlord, Made in the Abyss, Classroom of the Elite, Devil's a Part-Timer, but you're also going to see a stupid amount of fan service. And I can sit here and tell you about the sloppy makeout scenes in Engaged Kiss, or the borderline hentai in Harem of Another World Labyrinth, or I can tell you about the surprisingly entertaining, extremely ecchi, funny, hottest mom and waifu of the season, Vermeil and Gold. This show follows a boy named Alto Goldfield who's about to be held back in magic school despite having nearly perfect scores in every class because he cannot summon a familiar. And for a student in this school, that is fundamental because everything is based around it. He has one last chance to make this happen, and to his surprise, it works, and he summons a hot, naked, voluptuous, horned up demon woman named Vermeil, who had been sealed away in a book for hundreds of years. But can I just say this makes no sense? Because in this show, demons are known for being ruthless beings that can level entire nations by themselves if they so wish. So why in the world is the book she sealed in just sitting in a library? Shouldn't it be guarded and locked up somewhere, you know, so this exact scenario doesn't happen where she gets accidentally unleashed into the world again? Now, obviously I know it's just the convenience for the story so it can actually happen, but it's almost convenient as the placement of the subscribe button below this video. If you're enjoying so far, make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe. But instead of this evil demon named Vermeil killing Alto, she decides to become his familiar because she owes him one, and then proceeds to suck his mana out, which she calls his thick, potent stuff, her words, not mine, out from his lips with hers. But would it be a true ecchi series if there wasn't more than one woman obsessed with the main character? This is Lillian, and she's the childhood friend of Alto that's in love with him. Yeah, it's that trope. But she's also horned up like no one's business. She literally bought a potion of invisibility so she could use it to sneak into Alto's room at night. And since Lillian likes Alto, you know she wasn't having none of it whenever Vermeil showed up out of nowhere with her massive knockers. So Lillian challenges Alto and Vermeil to a duel, and when Alto wins, he gives Lillian one rule to follow, and it's to become friends with Vermeil. But instead of that happening, they just kind of put up with each other, and you get a very agitated love triangle 24/7 throughout the show. And then from this point on, they really do everything together. Vermeil and Alto go to class together where they promptly get yelled at for being lewd, but Vermeil uses the own school's familiar philosophy where you're supposed to live alongside them, and the fact that other familiars are sitting in their master's laps to get away with it. They also accept a challenge to become class representatives, and to win this they have to find a flower, but it's not that easy because it's guarded by a Cerberus, which obviously before fighting, Vermeil had to suck Alto dry by making out with him, and for some reason to make out with him, she has to pull her knockers out. They also got into a scuffle at school, which in turn brings a lot of attention to them because they beat up two dragon riders, and then they end up fighting the dragon rider captain, which of course, before they fight, they had to make out, and this time everyone sees because it's broadcasted across the school, and let me tell ya, Lillian was super happy. But despite the absolute insane amounts of fan service, the show's even fun when there's no fan service. The relationship between Vermeil and Alto I actually really enjoy even when Vermeil's knockers aren't out. And that's because it seems genuine and they actually care about each other. Now I know the show hasn't had enough time for a relationship like this to really develop, so it probably seems rushed, but the show does its best to work around this by having Vermeil show gratitude for Alto saving her from her prison of hundreds of years. Alto also has a dream to become a platinum square mage, which is the elite mages recognized by the crown, which Vermeil feels honored and appreciates having such a determined and strong master that she says she'll help him make it happen. Also, when the show doesn't have Vermeil stripping or Alto stripping in front of Vermeil, or both of them stripped down completely in the shower together, then they have a cute relationship. Besides the strong sense of thankfulness for each other, they also share crepes, celebrate the small victories with each other, something a couple or close friends would even do together. So yeah, the show has a lot of horned up scenes, but also has a lot of cute and heartfelt scenes too, but something I really wasn't expecting coming into this was it to make me laugh as much as it does. And granted, most of the laughs are either Vermeil being a menace, Lillian doing this thing where she talks about half her thoughts and cuts it off because it's about being horned up for Alto and Alto's right there, or the show just throwing me an absolute curveball and catching me off guard. And obviously this type of humor isn't for everyone, it's just super mind numbing and simple and something you don't have to pay close attention to get a good laugh out of it. And then finally, the biggest surprise that come out of this show was the feeling of intensity. I was invested into a fight scene, a serious fight scene, in a super ecchi fan service show, and I think this was made possible because of the character writing for the opponent, super crazy, super psycho kind of character, but also the direct relation to Alto's dream goal was involved in this fight. That's just Vermeil and the Gold though. It's a super ecchi, fan service heavy show where a demon woman loves to flash and make out with their master, but also admires his determination and is thankful for helping her, and develops a real relationship that has its fair share of comedy and can create a serious tension when it tries to. Now obviously, if you don't like ecchi fan service shows, you're not gonna like this, and if you have any interest in them at all, I'd give this one a try, because based on the first 3 episodes, because that's all it's out right now, I'd say it's a solid 9 out of 10 on the ecchi fan service show scale. This show has all the super ecchi fan service normal stuff that you get in these type of shows, but also has heartfelt, comedic, and serious scenes, and the show possesses the potential to actually create a decent looking fight scene. But that's all I have for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed my review of Vermeil and the Gold. If you did, go ahead and like, subscribe, and let me know what you thought about the show in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one.